So in this video, we're going to be doing our top fives, our top five favorite scenes, top five characters, good guys and bad guys. So we just start out with, I'll do my top five scenes. And actually, no, let's do top five characters.
So top five good characters.
Yeah, my top five good characters was...
Like good guys.
Yes, good guys. Good characters, good guys. And then Drax was number 5 because, his comedy was just really good all around. Captain America was number 4 because he has some great scenes. That entrance scene, we're talking about scenes, but he was great in the movie. 3 is Doctor Strange because, he was battling Thanos so much. And, he was doing so much. He probably had the most screen time out of everyone, probably. But then Iron Man is number 2 because he has some great scenes in the movie, for sure, and has a lot of good comedy. Then Thor, because of when I get into the scenes, he's definitely really cool and his comedy's good. And he's definitely the best good character in this movie. So what are your top five?
And then I had 3 honorable mentions for my list. Gamora, Rocket, and Spider-Man were 3 characters that almost made this list. At number 5, I had Scarlet Witch, just because she was one of the main characters of this movie, really. Just not only with her and Vision, just kind of, she had a couple good fight sequences.
I was about to put her on mine.
Just the way her character had a big role in this movie, and I liked the way she just kind of portrayed that. I wish they would have used her a little bit more. It's hard with all the characters they had, but she was definitely number 5. Number 4 is Doctor Strange. He definitely, just from the very beginning almost, after that opening sequence, he's a big part of this movie. He's definitely way more polished than I think he was in Doctor Strange. Like, he's probably one of the best fighters.
Yeah, you see him a lot more powerful in this movie.
Yeah, he just does a lot of stuff. And also he has one of the biggest roles towards the end, like of figuring out how to beat Thanos because he can go in the future. And then number 3, Star-Lord. His humor just, I think, works the best for me. The next one I'll talk about too, but just the way everything he says is funny. I just like him as an actor. I liked him in Jurassic World. I like him a lot in this one. Even though he doesn't do an annoying thing in this movie.
That's why he's off my list.
I'm keeping him because he did deliver some really good lines. I just like his character. Just the evolution from the first Guardians to now. And then number 2 and 1 and 2 were really close. I just picked it how I did. Thor is number 2, just because he's obviously, this is almost basically his movie almost. It starts with him and it basically ends with him.
He's basically the most powerful.
You just keep seeing how he is probably the most powerful Avenger. Once again, really funny lines, the way he just delivers things. It just really is funny. Him and Rocket had some great interactions. And then number 1 is Iron Man. He was my favorite superhero from the beginning, and he just definitely has a big role in this movie. Just the way that
his technology.
It's basically just his, because he saw us in the past, and this is just, he feels like, it starts out basically with him talking to Pepper about wanting to start their own life and just calming down, and then it just immediately, really way too soon, he goes straight to a spaceship and is gone.
Let's go to top villains, top 5 villains. We can do this really quick.
Okay. So here, just maybe go down.
Yeah. Well, Thanos is number 1 because clearly he's the best character. He's the main villain, and he's probably one of my favorite villains out of everyone. He's better than Loki, he's better than Ultron, so he's definitely my favorite villain so far in the MCU. And Ebony Moss second because I feel like he was the best one out of the Black Order. He was so powerful. He was able to fight Doctor Strange. All the things he could do. I think he rivals the strength of Snoke when he was alive in the Star Wars universe. I thought he rivaled him. Then Corvus Glaive, Proxima Midnight's 3 and 4 because they like the relationship and they were good. They just weren't great. And then Cole Obsidian was good. He was a big villain.
I actually had the same exact top 5.
Yeah, we can just go through this.
Yes, I said Thanos, Ebony Maw, Corvus Glaive, Proxima Midnight, and then Cole Obsidian.
Yeah, and then now with our top 5, we did our top 5 villains and heroes. Now top 5 scenes from the movie, which number 5 for me is Iron Man versus Thanos.
Let's go one by one. So you go to your 5.
Again,
my 5.
Number 5 is Iron Man versus Thanos on Titan when it just gets to Iron Man and Thanos because Iron Man uses all this technology, which is really cool. He uses the double thing and then he just keeps regenerating the powers, and I just thought it was a really good fight. And, Thanos ends up stabbing him. What's your number 5?
My number 5 moment is when is Captain America's entrance, when they're about to take the Infinity Stone from from Vision and Scarlet Witch, and all of a sudden you see a shadow, and it's just that moment where he steps up and catches the spear just that moment alone, not really the fight scene after, just that kind of just opening when you see him. So that's my number 5 moment.
And my number 4 is the Cap appearance. So yeah, the Corvus Glaive and Prox Midnight are coming up on Scarlet Witch and her Vision, and you see a shadow behind the tree. And I thought that was a really good entrance, and like the Avengers theme plays. That's definitely a really good one. That's my number 4. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is just the opening sequence with not just the fight between Hulk and Thanos, just that whole opening sequence, just setting the tone of the movie. Just the way that you see people getting killed, Loki and what's his name?
Heimdall.
And Heimdall just getting killed off like that, which I kind of expected, but I knew it coming in, but I didn't expect it to be right from the beginning like that. So that just set the tone for the movie, and that's my number 4 moment, that opening sequence.
My number 3 is Thor with the Stormbreaker entrance, because I mean, I know that's probably a lot of people's number 1s, but he comes in with that friggin' Stormbreaker, and the Avengers theme plays again, and he just starts lighting everything up, and that's definitely a really cool moment. He like goes up in the air, and like you see everything turn. I thought that was one of the best moments.
My number 3 was Thanos killing Gamora, like throwing her over the edge. Just that whole sequence, because she was laughing at him, and all of a sudden he turns around, and you actually find out that he actually does care about her, and he grabs her and throws her off the cliff. Even I think she could have ran away. But I mean, obviously in that moment, that wouldn't have happened. But
with that scene, I thought like he didn't actually love her. But if you remember when Gamora kills him, she was crying. So clearly they did love each other. But
obviously they know that they both care for each other, even though
she hates him at the same time.
He did technically save her, but it also was his fault that she needed to be saved in the first place. So
2 is Thanos end scene, which is the one that Thanos comes out of the portal and the music, the beats dropping, whatever that is, and then he's coming out and just throwing the Avengers to the side. He's just absolutely annihilating everyone. He goes up to Vision. This whole scene is number 1, where he kills Vision, or Vision gets killed by Scarlet Witch. He reverses it, gets the time stone, and then snaps his finger. That's basically number 2 for me. This is the whole end scene. But what's your number 2?
My number 2 moment is Thanos versus that whole fight sequence on Titan, when it's not, he was saying before, it was just between him and Iron Man. Like that was your part.
The part where everyone's fighting.
It was the part where just like Iron Man, Star-Lord, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Mantis, Drax, just that whole fight sequence until once he gets there, when the fight starts, until they're holding him down. That was probably my number 2 moments when they're fighting.
Yeah, that's definitely, I would have put that on.
Just to see a combination. It's my reasoning for that is just because it's a combination of superheroes I never thought I would see. Just seeing like Star-Lord jumping through the portals, same with Spider-Man, then Iron Man coming in, which is my favorite superhero.
Yeah, my number 1 is the Thanos has on Asgardian ship. That beginning scene. I mean, I just think the way the title opens and you just hear it, and then how like dark it is, and you hear Ebony Maw like talking, and then I just think that was a great opening. You see Thanos' appearance, and then Thanos versus Hulk. That's what I'm talking about for that whole opening scene. I just thought how he killed Loki and just how dark that was. I thought that was a great scene. That has to be my favorite scene for the movie. What was your favorite scene?
My number 1 was similar. Was actually, I think your number 3 or 4. It's just when Thor, Rocket, and Groot show up on Wakanda for that fight sequence. And I think it was partially just because the theme was playing, and just you see them standing there like all powerful, and then it leads into like his new weapon going around. I don't know if that's like his new thing now. I guess that's like basically just goes around, he catches it, then obviously what you just said, where he jumps up and all the lightning goes around and he just shreds them all back, just to show the Wakandans and people there how to fight. And so that was my number 1 moment. And actually there was one that I didn't mention that was obviously would have been on here, but I thought it was too obvious. Was just the ending where you find out Thanos isn't dead, and he said you should have gone for the head, and he snapped his fingers.
Yeah.
I didn't add that just because I feel like that was just too. Everyone would have that on their moments, so that was just kind of my one honorable mention.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. We thought we'd make the top 5 villains and characters and scenes, but we will see you
That's the next video. Bye guys.